Oh, hey there. You caught me in the middle of putting a new battery in this my son's 2023 KTM 125XC. This bike, we've had this bike for, I guess, probably about 3 years, and the battery, I had kind of rebuilt this bike over the winter. I'll go over some of the things that we did with it here in just a second. Because we handed this bike down to my now 14-year-old son, my 16-year-old son, whose birthday it is today. I won't tell you what day we're filming, but whose birthday it is today. He turned 17 today. He's moved over to a 250, he wanted a KTM 250 SX. He does a little bit of motocross and stuff, so we got him on a 250 SX, and then this 125XC we rebuilt for my younger son. And I wanted to put a new battery in this because I noticed it was starting to, we put a new top end in the thing, put a silencer on the thing, new plastics, new suspension, upgraded basically everything. Like pretty much all the things on the bike were new. Sprockets, chain guard, all the things on the bike are basically new. But I noticed that the old battery was getting a little bit weak. And these are the batteries that come in the thing. It's by Skyrich. These are the stock KTM batteries. And then I wanted to put one of these anti-gravity restart batteries in there. I've had really good luck with these in the past, but it doesn't quite fit. Like I thought they were the same size, and they're very close to the same size, but they're not quite the same size. This anti-gravity battery is a little bit too big. It's the restart battery, which is a really cool battery, but it just won't quite fit in the battery case. And so then I just went on Rocky Mountain ATV and bought the stock battery that fits in here, and this fits in just perfectly. So I'm gonna put the tank back on here as we chat. Hey, real quick, if you wanna support what we're doing on these videos, the best way to do it is use my links to Rocky Mountain ATV. It's down in the video description, and it's over on my website, dirtbikechannel.com. You click on the link that says Shop Rocky Mountain ATV, and then you can buy anything they sell as normal. And it doesn't cost you anything, but it gives me a referral bonus. And if you want to have a conversation with me and say, hey, what bike should I buy? What gear should I buy? Or any of this other stuff, there's a contact form on my website where you can email me, or we can schedule a phone call, which a lot of times it's easier to just have a quick 15-minute phone call and just knock out all your questions at once. You can schedule that on my website. I'm probably putting up a little thing of it right here on how to do that, but thanks. Let's get back to the video. I don't know what I call these videos that I've been doing. I've been doing a couple of these where I'm just kind of working on the bike a little bit and chatting with you, telling a little bit of story time. I don't know what we call these videos. I don't know if they're any good. This is just me out here working in the shop, and I decided to turn on the microphones and get the camera out here and kind of bring you into the area, into the shop. Interesting thing. Like I've been working on these bikes enough, and I've said before, like I'm not like the greatest mechanic or anything, but I've been working on a lot of these bikes, the KTMs and some of these others, enough over the years that I'm pretty comfortable doing a lot of things. And it's kind of to the point where I don't really need to know, I kind of know exactly what bolts we're gonna need and what wrenches we're gonna need for what project, what jobs we're doing and everything. And you just kind of get a comfortable, like a level of comfort working on these machines, right? And I just bought an e-mountain bike, just like a starter. It's like an Aventon Ramblus, if you know what those are. I just bought that, and I was taking it out of the box and putting it together today. And I was noticing how, like, I'd never even seen what a dropper post does. And I'm like trying to figure this out. I'm like, what? I'd heard about a dropper post. And those of you guys that do mountain bikes a lot will know exactly what I'm talking about. I'd heard of it, but I didn't know how it worked. And so here I was, like messing with this thing, trying to figure out how a dropper post works. And I'm so, what's the word? I was so much less confident in my abilities to figure out this, just putting this little mountain bike together, and it comes mostly assembled. But I was just thinking about how much more confident I am working on these bikes. And it got me also thinking about how probably the most common person that I've talked to over all the years that I've been doing this is the guy who used to be into dirt bikes when he was younger, when he was a kid, and then had to get out of it for any number of reasons, and has, you know, so he had to get out of it when he was 20, and now he's anywhere from 30 to 60 and wants to get back into dirt bikes but doesn't really know what to get, and things have changed so much he doesn't know what to buy. And I have tons of conversations with those guys. But anyway, it's funny because the things that you do the most of, you get really confident in, right? And so I've been taking these bikes apart for many, many years, and I feel very confident working on them. Not so much as confident working on, say, like a mountain bike. But this thing should be ready to, if I click my fuel back in right over here. This is great video, right? You can't even see what I'm doing, but I'm gonna click the fuel tank back on. Oh, okay, now we got the seat on. We've got our fuel plugged in. That works. That works for me. So anyway, bike's back together. So what did we do to the bike over the winter time? New top end, new brake pads, new sprocket on front and rear, silencer. We finally got one of these FMF Turbine Core 2.1 silencers that Forest Service approved, spark arrested. So what do we got? A 13 tooth sprocket here. I went up to a 51 tooth sprocket on the rear, and then we went with the TMD factory effects upgraded chain guide on that thing. Full suspension upgrade from Moto Experts. In fact, I think what we did with this is I know we took out the air fork, and we ended up going with a set of 2024 KTM XC closed cartridge inserts in this thing. So it's got that, and then it's got a new shock bladder over here. I had Kevin at Moto Experts do all that for us. And then new plastics, new levers, new grips, new bar ends. Man, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, I replaced the thermostat. I could have done a thermostat delete on this, but we were having, and maybe I still will, but the last race that my son did on the last fall, it was overheating. That thermostat was like kind of messing up. And it was letting air go back through, or letting coolant go back through like an overflow or something, I don't know. Oh, new chain on the bike. Went with a new X-ring chain on the thing. And then grease bearings and things like that. So a lot of stuff. We did a lot of stuff to this bike over the winter, and then my son was able to just start riding that. And I did a reel on kind of the last little bit of, I haven't been able to ride with my boys as much as I wanted to over the last couple of years, just with things that have happened in my life, stuff that's going on that's outside the channel that I don't bring a lot of my personal life into here. But it's been sad because we haven't been able to ride as much as I wanted to. We've gone to the track a few times, but we haven't done like hardly any of the single track and stuff that I used to do when they were little boys and stuff. And hopefully we can get back to that. But it's been pretty moving to me as a father to then get to the point where now we're all riding full-size bikes. Now that Case is on this bike, a full-size, a full-frame 125, it's pretty unbelievable because that last time we went to the track, here we were all on full-size KTMs in the trailer. Oh, I've got another upgraded brake pedal on this thing. So like if I just kept looking through here, I'd find more and more things that we slowly did to the bike over the winter. But this whole thing has been about spending time with my boys, and it's one of the cool things about moto. Whether you're going to the track or whether you're going to the trails or the desert or whatever, you end up spending a lot of time with your kids. I was talking to my girlfriend about this just the other day, where I'm spending a lot of time with Connor right now. He's my 17-year-old, the one that's riding that 250 SXF. And I get to spend a lot of time with him because we're spending, an hour or 45 minutes both ways to the track in the truck, and then we're there at the track and shooting the breeze and everything like that for quite a bit. And it's been great. So these videos, I don't know that you've learned anything on this, and I'm just kind of showing you what I'm doing today. We can call it a vlog or whatever, but putting a battery in this thing, and now this thing is, you know, I keep finding little things to do with it for my son, but yeah, dirt bikes have been pretty amazing, and I'm so comfortable. I'm more comfortable working on this than I am a mountain bike, which is kind of funny. I'm more comfortable riding these things than I am mountain bikes for sure, and it's just been a pretty cool thing. So I'm excited. We got Supercross in Salt Lake City this week. We're gonna go to that. I bought the tickets clear back like in October, and so I'm excited to go do that, even though so many of the riders are hurt. It feels like we have a depleted field at the end of this year, but we still have Cooper Webb. Hopefully he's probably going to hang on to that championship, but anything could happen. Chase Sexton's been riding really good the last little bit, so it's down to those two guys in the 450s. So yeah, we're going to do that this weekend, and maybe we'll see some of you guys up there at that race. But these bikes are fun, and I love coming out here in the shop and just tinkering a little bit. This is kind of like my happy place for sure. Come out and do a little wrench turning on the bikes, and then what it's turned into is I have to do some wrench turning on my daughter's car or my son's truck or whatever, as we have little things that pop up with those. But being able to, like, you know, work on bikes, sometimes I feel like I'm a mechanic because I'm working on bikes so much, and then cars and trucks and stuff with my kids, and so much I sometimes feel like a full-time mechanic, but it's good. If you want to support what we're doing here, please use the links right down in the video description to Rocky Mountain ATV. All the stuff that I could buy from this for this project over the winter time, I bought from Rocky Mountain ATV. They do have a great return policy too, and I may end up returning this battery because we didn't use it at all. It didn't fit. But the links in the video description or on my website, they don't cost you anything. It's just a referral to me. So Rocky Mountain ATV pays me a referral bonus for sending customers to them, and they've been super great for me to work with. They do free shipping over 75 bucks, and it's not hard to get your order over $75. They have great price and great selection and great service, and the only reason that this channel even works anymore is straight up. In fact, the only reason it's ever really worked for the last 6 or 7 years is because of those links with Rocky Mountain ATV. So great guys over there. Every once in a while I find a product that I can't get at Rocky Mountain ATV, and I'll buy it from like Slavens Racing or some other place. But most of the time I can find everything I need at Rocky Mountain ATV, and it's been great. So please use those affiliate links. It gets you entered to win dirt bikes. When I'm doing dirt bike sweepstakes, it gets you entered to win those things. So in June, we'll be doing another sweepstakes. So anything that you buy on Rocky Mountain ATV, if you click my link first, before you go there, you get entered to win a dirt bike. So that's a little trick for you. So anyway, I'm gonna go and get my workout in for the day, and then we're gonna go out and do like a little dinner for my son on his birthday, turning 17. So thanks so much for watching. Until next time, leave a single track.